Ika-29 ng Mayo taong 2021 matapos patulogin sa round 4 ang former WBC World Bantamweight Champion na si Nordin Oubaali. Muling ipinakita ni Donaire sa libu-libing Pinoy na manonood na hindi pa napapanahon upang siya ay magretiro sa sports na kanyang minahal at muli niyang ipinamalas kung gaano kabagsik ang kanyang pamatay na left hook. Taong 2007 nang unang mapalaban sa world title si Nonito Donaire kontra sa undefeated Armenian boxer na si Vic The Raging Bull Darchinyan. Isang technical fighter kung lumaban ang nasabing Armenian at hindi pa nakatikim ng knockdown sa kanyang professional boxing. Bagamat marami ang nagsasabi na dihado sa laban ng ating kababayan at nakakalamang si Darchinyan, desidido naman si Donaire na man-knockout ang kalaban at maiuwi ang titulo. Sa unang round, mas naunang bumitaw ng mga kombinasyon si Darchinyan, subalit magaganda rin naman ang mga batamang binibitawan ni Donaire at handang makipagsabayan sa kampiyon.
Darchinyan right now, missing Riley with a step. Right hand by Darchinyan. Straight left hand by Darchinyan. Darchinyan's able to...
Pagdating ng round 5, dito na nakakuha ng magandang timing upang ipatama ang left hook ni Donaire sa pulang Armenian at bumulagta at halos kumalog ang tuhod nito. Magamat nakatayo pa naman, wala na rin sa balanse ang kanyang katawan. Kaya naman matagumpay na napasa kamay ni Donaire ang una niyang world title fight at hinirang pa ng The Ring Magazine bilang knockout of the year. April 2009, bago umakyat ng Super Flyweight Division, isa na namang undefeated boxer ang hinarap ni Nonito Donaire. Ito nga ay ang Mexican-American na si Raul The Cobra Martinez. Mahalaga ang laban na ito para kay Donaire dahil ito ang unang pagkakataon na lalaban si Donaire sa bansang Pinas para sa isang world title. Ginanap ang laban sa Araneta Coliseum, Cubao, Quezon City. Dito sa laban na ito, unang makakatikim ng unang pagkatalo si Martinez at unang knockout niya sa laban.
Try to take care of business. left hook on the chin, and down goes Martinez. He's shaking it off. Did we mention the left hook?
Those wild punches are not going to get as much from Martinez because he'll put himself in the
Down goes Martinez for a second time. Telling his corner, I'm all right.
left hand. There it is again. You take a look at it. That created one of the knockdowns used by Campbell. One of the teams 6 counts. There were just moments where he didn't look. He looked equalized. He can hurt anybody in his weight class.
He's trying to finish it early, Al. Again, the left hand. Martinez gets hit to the right.
But the problem
The left hand again.
that's my point.
Martinez is just staggering. He's in big trouble. He's trying to stay away.
So much more powerful. Donaire's taking a lot of risks and chances the way he's attacking Martinez, but Martinez has not been able to land that one.
Donaire wanting to put on a show on a Sunday morning here in the Philippines. Left hand, down goes Martinez again. Martinez gets saying he's all right, and it's got to be a shocking situation. Yeah, this is
One big punch could put Donaire off him.
down to the body, goes Donaire. This is surviving so far.
Nice right hand by Martinez.
The left hand again is so powerful, Al. It just staggers him every time he even slightly lands it. It just gets him completely off kilter. Now he's trying to come back on air. There's a right hand over the top. Really throwing caution to the wind, wanting to take Martinez out. They really put on a show.
Or he might take something happen. But clearly,
Good combination. They're local folks.
Martinez absorbing these monsters.
Hazel Donaire has 3 knockdowns in the first 2 rounds. More cautious this round.
Body, in the later rounds it might slow Donaire down. But we haven't seen one body punch by Martinez yet. He hasn't been close enough. There he lands with the left hook.
Bago matapos ang round 4, isang uppercut ang tumama sa panga ni Martinez at mukhang napuruhan ito, kaya naman nagpa siya na ang referee na itigil na lamang ang laban.
And anybody or division above when he moves up to 118 had better be aware of it because he can knock anybody down.
Nonito Donaire.
February 2011, muling umakyat ng mataas na dibisyon si Donaire upang sagupain ang no Unified WBO at WBC World Bantamweight Champion na si Fernando Montiel ng bansang Mexico. Sa pagkakataong ito, muli na namang lalaban ang ating pambato bilang underdog dahil sa ganda ng kartada ng kampiyon at isa sa pinakamalakas na bantamweight champion noon sa dibisyon. Subalit ang hindi alam ng karamihan noon na si Donaire na pala ang tatalo sa kanilang pambato.
Shot from Donaire. Good left hand by Donaire. Montiel in recent years has developed a devastating one-punch type left hook. Right hand does Donaire. Swing whipped him to the end. Left-right combination from Donaire. Donaire destroyed Darchinian and has rarely lost a round since then.
Now you see Montiel starting to put the pressure on him.
Left hand from Donaire.
Montiel showing a strong chin here, so he has to be really careful here.
Countered after Donaire missed with a wild right.
Saktong 1 minuto ng round 2, isang devastating left hook ang pinakawalan ni Donaire at eksaktong tumama ito ng direkta sa panga ni Montiel, kita sa mukha ng kampyon na halos tumabingi na ang mukha nito sa lakas ng suntok na tumama sa kanya. Bagamat nakatayo pa naman, halos wala na rin ulirat ang Meksikano.
And Russell Moore's going to let it continue. Now he stops it. Has company.
At muli na namang matagumpay na napasa kamay ni Donaire ang dalawang titulong hawak ni Montiel at tanghaling WBO at WBC World Bantamweight Champion at maging Knockout of the Year ng The Ring Magazine. Subalit matapos ang mahigit isang dekadang pamamayagpag at maging 4th Division World Champion, natalo si Donaire sa ika-4 na pagdepensa niya kontra sa Cuban boxer na si Guillermo Regondo at manakaut naman noong 2014 sa unang pagkakataon sa kamay ni Nicholas Walter sa Featherweight Division. At matapos ang mahigit isang taon mula nang matalo sa monster ng Japan na si Naoya Inoue at mabigong maging kampiyon, muling nabigyan ng pagkakataon si Donaire noong May 29 para ipakita na hindi pa oras para magretiro. Subalit hindi basta-basta ang sasagupain ng ating kababayan dahil bukod nga sa mas bata ang kakalabanin ni Donaire, undefeated pa ito at hindi pa napapabagsak sa laban. Sasagupain ni Donaire ang betting favorite at WBC World Bantamweight Champion na si Nordin Oubaali. Pero bago pa magsimula ang laban, marami na ang nagsasabi na ito na ang panahon para magretiro si Donaire. Marami ang naniniwalang matatalo ang Filipino Flash dahil sa press con pa lang sinasabi na ng iba na galing sa sakit si Donaire at mukhang na-dehydrate ito ng gusto. Samantalang si Oubaali naman ay kitang-kitang nasa kondisyon ang pangangatawan nito. Subalit ganun pa man, sinabi ni Donaire na gagawin niya ang lahat para inakaut ang kalaban at mali ang mga prediction sa kanya dahil ayon kay Donaire pakiramdam niya ay para lamang siyang 20 years old ngayon dahil hindi umano siya nagpapabaya sa kanyang mga training at mukhang nagkamali nga ang mga analyst sa mga prediction nila dahil muling ipinakita ni Donaire kung gaano kabagsik ang kanyang pamatay na left hook.
Corner mo na. Oke, pabangsakin mo na, Donaire. Nonito! Nonito! Oh!
Kung sa round 3 nasa by level pa ang kampyon matapos tamaan ng left hook ni Donaire, sa round 4 dito na tuluyang bumigay si Oubaali. Isa na namang solid left hook ang tumama sa panga ng kampyon. Kita sa itsura ng kalaban, nalubha ito nasaktan kaya naman itinigil na ng referee ang laban. Wagi ang ating kababayan via knockout sa round 4. February taong 2011, isang taon ang makalipas nang durugin ng ating kababayan na si Nonito Donaire ang mga tigasin noon sa Bantamweight Division na sila Vladimir Sidorenko ng bansang Ukraine.
Hey, boxing is entertainment. I need Vladimir Sidorenko.
Unified World Bantamweight Champion na si Fernando Montiel.
Good. Oh, hey, out of there. It's over with. It's over with.
Boy, let's take a look at the knockdown. The first one, it's a counter shot after Montiel scored with the right hand.
Yeah, Montiel was putting the pressure.
Now he stops it. Hands company. Filipino fans here in Las Vegas.
Taong 2012, Umakyat ang timbang mula bantamweight papuntang 122 pound super bantamweight division ang tinaguriang The Filipino Flash na si Nonito Donaire upang sagupain ang hambog at mayabang na Puerto Rican boxer na si Wilfredo Vasquez Jr. para sa bakanting WBO World Super Bantamweight title. Sa laban nga na ito ay nagawang manalo sa isang dikit na split decision at makuha ng ating pambato ang kanyang 4 na World Major title sa magkakaibang division. Bagamat nanalo ang ating kababayan ay tila ba marami ang nakapansin na nahirapan itong manalo sa Puerto Rican boxer dahil kung babalikan ang mga naging laban ni Donaire sa flyweight hanggang bantamweight division ay halos lahat ng nakalaban niya dito ay puro knockout ang inabot.
Working well. Oh, look out! Darchinian down for the first time! And then they go down as one of the knockouts of the year.
Another big shot by Donaire, and the sweeping left puts Maldonado down. Oh, belting him to the body with the left, and that is it.
Judges actually had...
Ooh, nice left hook by Donaire. Marquez in trouble trying to hold on, and Donaire. Left hook, right hand. Oh, a beautiful left uppercut, and it sends Marquez down.
Subalit pagdating nga ng laban ni Donaire dito kay Wilfredo Vasquez Jr. sa dami ng mga pinakawalan nitong suntok at halos mawasak na ang kamay sa tindi ng mga patamang natamo ng Puerto Rican fighter hindi nagawang manakaw ni Donaire itong taga Puerto Rico. Kaya naman marami ang nagtatanong kung kaya nga bang dali ni Donaire ang kanyang mga pamatay na suntok sa mataas na divisyon. Lalo na't ang susunod niyang makakalaban ay ang South African IBF World Super Bantamweight Champion na si Jeffrey Matebula, isang matangkad at mas di hamak na mas mahaba ang mga galamay kung ikukumpara sa ating kababayan. Bukod pa dyan, sa buong karera nito sa professional boxing sa super bantamweight lamang ito lumalaban. Kaya naman malaki ang paniniwala ng South African boxer na hindi uubra ang ating kababayan sa kanya. Ayon pa kay Matebula ay madali lamang niyang tatalunin si Donaire at siya ang magbibigay ng ikalawang talo sa ating kababayan. Sa unang round, makikita kaagad ang lamang ng South African boxer pagdating sa tangkad at haba ng mga galamay nito. Subalit, hindi ito naging alintana ng ating kababayan at bumitaw kaagad ng isang matinding kaliwa na siya namang tumama kay Matebula.
Donaire closes the gap. He negates the hybrid in copy box through the first 2 minutes. Matebula has landed 435 jabs.
He's doing VADA, volunteer testing to performance enhancers year-round. Donaire.
He's natural adjustment. He's gifted. Using angles, using that great foot speed and hand speed. Here, in the first round at least, he's really just applying. Matebula tries to go to the body. Donaire obviously quicker with the hands.
Taller than Donaire. So Donaire has to go.
Dropping his...
Not Nonito. He's good enough, I think, that he can overcome this kid just like he's doing.
Good combination and a good hook to the body. Finished it off for Matebula.
He's not afraid to trade with Nonito.
He's throwing that home run hook, Donaire is.
Matebula's throwing a pretty good punch himself, though.
Trade inside.
That's surprising to me.
Donaire with a left hand with Matebula against the ropes.
I don't love it.
And then some pretty good scoring blows in this round. Donaire tries to get on him. Matebula ties him up. End of round 2.
Half of the fight. That's when you're starting to be able to fight on American TV.
That's right. If you see them on American TV, it means they can fight.
Work inside with the left hand from Matebula, then he fires out a jab.
Behind the jazz, and he's throwing that home run left hook as though he hopes that's going to end the fight. And Matebula is able to score with some combinations, some jabs on the way inside.
And who didn't want that? I thought around 2 when he threw about 100 punches. You know, he did more. Does he do enough to offset those wallops? That's what you have to judge, and it ain't easy. Let me tell you. 2-1, Nonito Donaire.
Who comes out harder in the second half than Roy. Some of those little...
They can have much more of a devastating effect late on a fight.
as he said in his corner, what they said in his corner, Nolito's face is starting to show a little redness. That could be a score that round.
Howard gave that round to Donaire as Donaire steps in with a couple of power shots.
I think Donaire's clearly carrying it.
Of judging.
So good left hand of the body from Donaire.
Harold is sitting here judging, not making commentary, so I'll take his word for it.
And you know, Harold usually does a pretty good job. No blood from Matabula's nose.
Donaire has caught
Donaire's conditioning in this fight is really going to come into a premium.
himself an unnecessary risk. Oh, left hand drops Matabula. Maybe not when you...
And change the whole feel of everything.
And look at a guy like Nolito Donaire. You know he's done his homework. He studied Matabula. He knows that Matabula is not a real dangerous one-punch knockout artist.
Good uppercut from the
fight. Oh, good combination by Matabula.
I like to see here at ringside.
I agree. Throwing the shots, there's no comparison. Nolito's throwing much harder than Matabula. If not over.
Every now and then on Nolito.
Right hand from Donaire.
Like that. Great
knockouts have come inside of the first 4 rounds. The ring to be increasingly shorter here. Left hand by Matabula touched the face of Donaire. Donaire steps back in with a power shot of his own. Matabula gave Donaire back a little of his own medicine.
Great hook by Matabula.
Sort of on Donaire. Like as Max said, he's having to fight a different kind of fight than he's used to. You know, he's got to do a lot of work just to pump out that jab. Donaire steps
a lot quicker than most people would be.
To get in the right range.
Yes, he does, but this is what he wanted. This is what he asked for. So, of course...
with a left hand earlier in the fight. And Matabula's gotten up and fought hard since then and as a taller fighter. He's a little easier to hit with the jab than he should be. Now he's using that foot speed, Roy, to create angles and embarrass Matabula.
Matabula is...
In other words, he's not using it effectively. I mean, he's throwing 59 jabs around, but
in the fight, his jab is his best punch, like right there. He was throwing it and it enabled him to land 3 or 4 other punches. If he throws it, he can land more punches behind it. But by saving it and throwing, he knows that Matabula...
But what about the tall guys as Donaire moves up, if he continues to move up, who he will have to come in on, who can punch better than Matabula?
We don't know many guys at 126.
At 22%, throwing 13 around.
There goes Matabula into a knockout so far. Is now trying to...
Matabula has stuck with the script as far as what he needs to do to sort of control range and actually threw a punch.
He's hurt. Something wrong with him.
That's the first one in almost 40 seconds.
No, something broke.
But Robert Garcia told Donaire, I think he looks like he broke his jaw.
And you got to give Donaire's chin some credit too, because that was one of his chopping right hands. He stopped.
Has landed some real good shots here.
Steps in with a right. Donaire says, bring it on. Fires a couple power shots. That's how it ends.
Matapos ang umatikabong 12 rounds, ay dinomina ng ating kababayan na si Nolito Donaire ang laban kontra sa South African World Champion. Bagamat limado pagdating sa tangkad at haba, itong si Matabula hindi naman niya ito nagamit sa ating kababayan. Isang patunay na hindi advantage pagdating sa boxing ang tangkad. Dahil kung makikita sa round 4 kung saan ay pinabagsak ni Donaire si Matabula, munti ka na itong manakaut. Kung hindi lang ito nasa by the bell, malamang na knockout ang aabutin nito sa ating pambato.
That's how you chop a tall tree down.
And there's
Nolito Donaire.
Isa sa mga inaabangang future prospect ng ating bansa ay itong tinaguriang Wonder Boy ng Philippine Boxing at tubong lagawi ipugaw na si Carl James Martin. Pero bukod kay Martin mga idol, ay meron pang isang Ifugao boxer ang unti-unting nakikilala dahil sa malahalimaw nitong lakas. Ito nga ay si KJ Natuplag na may alias na Di Ipugo. At nito lamang ika-12 ng Nobyembre ay napalaban sa bansang Dubai ang batang Ifugao na si KJ Natuplag kontra sa Thailand boxer at knockout artist na si Bumriyang Payom. Bagamat mayroon ng 3 bahid ng pagkatalo itong ating bida, ay hindi mapagkakaila na meron itong natatanging lakas sa pakikipagpatayan sa ibabaw ng lona. Sa katunayan, sa 3 laban nito sa Dubai, lahat ng nakalaban nito ay kanyang tinapos sa pamamagitan ng impresibong knockout. At ang isa sa huling nabiktima nito bago ang laban sa Thai knockout artist ay itong si Aton Kunlowong na isa ring Thai fighter, kung saan sa laban na ito ay mutik nang mapatay ng batang Ifugao ang kanyang kalaban. At dahil sa ganda ng laban na ipinakita, 5 buwan lang ang makalipas ay muling itinapat si Natuplag sa isa na namang Thai boxer. Ito nga yung knockout artist na si Bumriyang Payom na may nakakakilabot na record na 10 wins. 10 dito ay galing sa knockout at meron lamang 1 talo. Habang ang ating kababayan ay may kartadang 10 panalo, 10 dito ay hindi na umabot pa sa desisyon, may 3 talo at 2 tabla. Balak ng Thai boxer na ipagiganti ang kanyang kababayan na minsan ang pinatulog ng batang Ifugao.
Pinsa Kids! Malakas na mga Kids! Pinsa! Saktan sa katawan! Sige, sa mukha! Kinahin mo na katawan! Ayaw, masakit yun! Masakit yun! Ulitin mo ulit! Ulitin mo! Lawas! Lawas! Katawan mo ka!
Matindi talaga ang batang ipugaw na ito mga idol. 2 round lang ang kanyang kinailangan para iligpit ang kinakatakutang knockout artist ng Thailand. Isang magandang laban na naman ang nasaksiyan ng mga taga Dubai sa ating mandirigmang Pinoy. Sana lang ay mabigyan ng isang pagkakataon ang ating kababayan na ito na mapalaban sa isang world title fight dahil tiyak na marami itong pahihirapan pagdating ng tamang panahon.